New tool day. I got a couple tools for you guys to see today, and one of them, the first one is actually very exciting because it's different. It's different from what you normally see. Both of these are metal cutting tools. This one right here is a circular saw designed for metal, 9 inches, and it looks comical because it's so big, but it has to be to cut metal, and it's beefy. First time I opened it up, thought, what the heck? So I had to pull out my my old skill saw, and you can just see the case in comparison. This is a typical 7 1/4 inch woodworking saw, you know, and this just looks like a baby compared to that. But this is the Evo 230, which 230 means 230 millimeters, which is the same as 9 inches, I guess. So it uses a 9-inch blade. So it has some pretty good heft to it, and I guess it has to have this huge motor to be able to cut through. You know, it says it's rated to cut up to 1/2 inch thick steel. It has a handle up here to help you balance the weight of that motor. I cut through this 1/4 inch, 2-inch beam the other day, and it cut through it like nothing. Just as fast as you would be cutting wood, you're just going right through it. So let's cut up some stuff and see where we end up. Show you guys a little bit of what it can do. We'll cut through this. This is 1/4 inch, maybe even 5/16 C channel by about 3 inches. 1 1/4 by 3 inches or so. So we'll zip through this really fast. And it's not hot. This is warm. That's the nice thing about these dry cut blades. They cut through, leave a beautiful finish, and the thing's not screaming hot. I'll show you that. You know, you can cut through stuff that quick. So it's pretty much designed as a metal cutting saw, though it could cut wood or pretty much anything else you threw in front of it. Cutting something like aluminum, you'll probably want to buy their aluminum blade because it'll have deeper curves to actually be able to get the aluminum out. The aluminum's so soft that it would probably goo in there. So you'd probably want to use their dedicated aluminum blade. They have a steel blade for really thin sheet metal. Probably not as aggressive, so it doesn't grab the sheet metal and bend it a little bit. They have one for stainless steel, so for harder material as well. This one's just a dedicated all-purpose steel blade that'll cut through anything that's 9 inches. But it has all the same features as any circular saw. You know, it has the 45-degree tilt, so you can tilt the base at 45 if you want. It doesn't have something that I'm very used to on a circular saw, and that's where you got the guard grab that's usually up here. You know, you grab with your thumb and hold it up out of the way while you start your cut. But it would be really hard to do that in this scenario. And this seems to have a very blunt tip. So I've cut quite a few little things now, just playing around with it the last couple days. And this hasn't actually seemed to bind up very much. You know, maybe at the back like they all kind of do, but it's a pretty loose spring. So, though I wish it was kind of up out of the way sometimes, just because I'm so used to that with a wood cutting, you know, circular saw, it hasn't been interfering with me at all. So, for cutting sheets and stuff like that, you can also use their, besides just using the laser level on the front, the laser guide that helps you stay straight, and just using that, you know, the little notch in the front like you would a circular saw, you can also use this little guard they supply you, which is kind of nice. It's actually one of the nicest guards I've ever seen on a circular saw, where you can cut, you know, up to 6 inch. It'll go out to about 6 inches down to about an inch or so. Little strips, if you're just cutting strips of steel or something, you know, you can do that effortlessly with this, where, you know, trying to do a straight line with a 4.5 inch angle grinder isn't the easiest. Now, one of the cool features I think of a circular saw is just the portability, in the sense that you could use this almost like the chainsaw. If you've seen the chainsaw ones with the big 14-inch blades on the front, where you make them portable and people are out there cutting stuff, this could be about the same, where you're cutting something off your trailer or something that's stationary. You know, you could use a 4.5 inch angle grinder and try to cut through it, but this would get out there and just cut it, and be a heck of a lot faster than even a plasma cutter with stuff like this. But we can rip a sheet of something, we can rip this down, we can rip anything. I can keep cutting for you guys all day long, but I also wanted to show you another tool, so let's not make this video too long. So we'll show you something else. And this is the other thing I wanted to show you. And if you've watched my videos, I have a video on this guy's little brother, the Rage 2, which is an amazing saw. I still have that. Worth every penny. I've used the death out of that thing. Worth its weight in gold. This is its bigger brother, meant for more serious, more professional workers. This one features, you know, in the end of that video, I did a couple things that I didn't like this about that one, or I wish that one had that. And this has it all. It has the, I remember I mentioned I didn't like that it didn't have a quick release, so you actually had to screw it in and out. Actually, not bad at all. I'm very used to it. But this one has the quick release, so you quickly can just, you know, adjust this, flip it down, and go back in. It has things like a solid cast base, cast stops, quick release, angle gauge over here. Has tool storage. I actually griped that there wasn't a spot to store your tool on the last tool, but this one has it. Has a great dust collector. You can actually see I even cut some wood in there. I've been cutting wood. I've been using the death out of this saw, really giving it it's a workout for the last month. Cutting quite a bit of stuff, and I thought I'd answer some questions on these type of saws for you guys. The biggest question is, if you watch that video, I compare it to an abrasive saw, and people are very concerned about an abrasive saw versus the cost of these blades. And these blades right here last about 20 times longer than one abrasive disc. So yeah, you can pick up an abrasive disc for $6, $7, $8, something like that, and these ones will cost you around, you know, 80 to 100, depending, maybe 120, depending on the one you get. You know, if you've got a specialized stainless steel or aluminum one. But when they last 20 times longer than an abrasive, and they stay the full diameter the whole time, it's a no-brainer. And they cut 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times faster. You can cut through anything so much faster with these. So we'll give this one a workout. We'll cut something big. I got a huge I-beam that I'll cut with it, and just to show you guys how well it does. So one thing to note on these is they all come with blades. So all these saws from Evolution actually come with a blade. I haven't seen one that they didn't supply a blade with. And this saw right here, the Evo 380, actually comes with a 14-inch blade, but it has the capability of actually using a 15-inch blade. So if you need a little bit more depth, you know, some shops, you know, production shops would be cutting maybe a little bit bigger pipe or something, and, you know, the depth isn't good enough, and that's why they don't really like abrasive saws, is because they wear out, and you can, you know, before long, you're worn off an inch, and you only have, you know, 3 inches of cutting depth. Where this one right out of the get-go, you know, you have a good 5, 6 inches of throat depth to actually be able to cut stuff. And right out of the box, this thing came actually dead on square, so I didn't have to do anything to it. So we'll lock this. I mean, this is about 5/16 everywhere, and huge in these joints. But if you've ever cut something this thick with an abrasive saw, you know you're sitting there for a good 45 seconds, 60 seconds, just watching sparks just litter your whole shop. So we're going to do this, show you how few sparks there are, and show you how quickly it goes through this. Pick this. Let's stop that ringing. And I want to see somebody pick this up after they do it with an abrasive saw. So whatever you do, don't think of this as a sales video, because it's not. Go read the reviews for yourself. Make up your own mind. There's people that have been using these things for years. It's not like it's brand new. It's been on the market for 3 months. These have been out for years, and there's a lot of production shops and stuff like that love these things. Yes, Evolution did send me these. They did send me these to do a review on, but I originally contacted them and had them, and after some back and forth, emailing, talking to them, they agreed to send me one of their products, the Rage 2, to do a demo on, because I thought it was really cool and thought that my subscribers would love to see it, and I thought you guys would love to see these as well, so I asked to be sent these things as well, because I think they're amazing. They save a lot of time. Time is money. You know, you want to watch the video on the little brother to this that does the exact same cutting capacity, everything else. Just has a stamp base, which I think is great. Go watch that. I'll put a link after here. I think that one is worth every penny. I think this one's worth every penny. I think this thing's worth every penny. I'll put a link to all these things below in the description. Go read the reviews on them, make up your mind for yourself. But a lot of people have been using these and loving them, and they have no qualms with them at all. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this. See you guys soon. Bye.